Buenos días. Good morning. Bienvenidos a la Congregación Unitariana Universalista de Asheville. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Asheville. Queremos que sepan, we want you to know, feligres o visitante, congregant or visitor, en el santuario o por el internet, here in the sanctuary or online, you are welcome here. Eres bienvenido. Quien quiera que seas, whoever you are, a quien quiera que ames, whoever you love, de donde quiera que vengas, wherever you come from. Estés donde estés en el viaje de explorar quién eres, wherever you are on the journey of exploring who you are, eres valioso y digne de amor. You are valuable and worthy of love. Eres bienvenida aquí. You are welcome here. I'm Reverend Claudia Jiménez. I serve this congregation as minister of faith formation. No, I'm not on sabbatical yet. But today is a super special day. We have a full service today. So if at any point we need to move into Sandberg Hall because we need to move around, you are welcome to do that, whatever age you are. Today is an all-ages service. This, my friends, is how we practice welcome. This is how we practice and show our children how inclusive we are, how we worship, and frankly, how important they are to us, because today is Faith Formation Celebration Sunday, and we are going to uplift the ministry of faith formation that we do together in this community. So today there will be more wiggles and giggles and movement, but I remind us that it's not just our children who wiggle and giggle and move. It really is all of us. And if at any point anybody wants to break out in dance, right here is our dance corner. So feel free to move. So we are grateful today that you are here. This place comes alive and is made sacred because you have joined this morning. And we are grateful for our team today. The order of service has all the names of all our speakers, and I'm not going to go through all of the names, but I do want to highlight our staff, Kim Collins and Jen Johnson, who make so many of our programs possible. And as always, we are grateful for our music director, Dr. Les Downs. And we do have 3 guest musicians. We have Saro with us, we have Julien at the piano, and we have Brett Johnson somewhere that is going to lead us in song, and Simon on tech. So, beloveds, it is going to be a party. It is going to be a celebration of the ministry that we do in this community, and I truly hope that you appreciate all that is happening in this congregation. And so with that said, let us center ourselves and let us welcome the gift of our centering music.
Thank you. Thank you, Julien. That was beautiful. For our chalice lighting this morning, which Zaylee is going to help us to do, the children are going to help us remember who we are for the words of the chalice lighting. And we're going to say the little mantra that we often say in faith formation downstairs for worship. And if you know it, and want to help us, you're welcome to do that. But those are the children of this. Okay, who are we? We
morning, everybody. Okay, this is a say as I say, and do as I do song. Well, 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 well. Hey, hey, hey. This little piggy believes in God. And this little piggy believes in the goddess. And this little piggy believes in multiple deities. And this little piggy believes in none. But all of us little piggies, all of us little piggies, gotta say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All the way home. Blessed be. Amen. Shalom. Salam. Namaste, y'all.
Morning. I'm Kim Collins, one of the religious educators here. Does anybody know what pluralism means? I know I get up here and talk about big words a lot. All right, we got a hand back there. I like it. Anybody else? Just a few hands. Matt, intern Matt, you better. So pluralism means that it's one of our values, right? So we have our UU values, and so pluralism is one of our values, and it's also one of the values that shaped the founding of this country, because pluralism means religious freedom. It means that we, as Unitarian Universalists, are not looking down on anybody else because of their religion, right? Like, we respect people and their religious beliefs, but we also think that we should get to have our own religious beliefs. That's really important to us. So religious freedom was very important to the founders of this country, and it was also one of the reasons that people came to North America, right? The freedom to practice the religion of your choice. So a long, long time ago, before anybody came over here, there were people here already. In Hungary, the country, there was a young king named John Sigismund. And King John was a wise ruler who wanted all the people in his kingdom to live peacefully and respect each other, right? We're big on that here, no matter what religion they followed. In those days, people believed in different ways to worship God, just like we do today. Some people were Catholic and other people were Protestant, and some followed the teachings of Unitarianism, which was a belief in one God. It was a little bit different back then, but Unitarianism is really old. These different religions often caused arguments and fights because people couldn't agree on which was the best way to worship. But King John had a different idea. He wanted everyone to believe what they wanted without being forced to follow one particular religion. He believed that people should be able to worship God in their own way, peacefully, and without fear of getting in trouble or being punished. So, on February 18th, 1568, that's a long time ago, 457 years ago, King John made an important decision. He passed a special law called the Edict of Torda. This law said that everyone in the kingdom could worship freely according to their own beliefs. People could go to different churches, follow different religious leaders, and talk about their beliefs without being judged or punished. We love that, don't we? It was like saying, you are free to believe what you believe, and I will respect that. King John wanted his kingdom to be a place of kindness, understanding, and peace, where people didn't have to fight over which religion was best. The Edict of Torda was one of the first laws in history that protected religious freedom. It was a big step forward in helping people get along despite their differences. And even though the kingdom wasn't perfect, it became an example of how important it is to respect and accept people for who they are, even if they believe or think differently from us.
Hello, I'm Natalie, and I'm participating in a program called Crossing Paths. It's a middle school class about world religions, and here's how it works. First, we learn about what the religion that we're studying is. So the main principles, certain facts about it. The Crossing Paths curriculum says that every religion has a problem that they think the world has, and a solution to that problem. For example, with Unitarian Universalism, that problem is separation, and the way to solve it is connection and community. And there was this cool thing that we learned when we studied Judaism about the Star of David and the different meanings of the symbol and what everybody believed that it meant and stuff like that, and how it's been used as both a symbol of hate and of love in the past, and all these different ways. It's all this like controversy about it. It's kind of neat. So that's an example of one of the facts you might hear about stuff. And then the best part, in my opinion at least, is we visit their place of worship. What I enjoyed most about going to these different churches or temples or mosques or whatever is at the African Methodist Episcopal Church, we got to see this really nice sermon where the guy who was giving it had a lot of energy. And at the Jewish congregation, there was a lot of songs in Hebrew, and it was really pretty. Afterwards, when we come back, we talk about what we liked about the service, and we make some connections between their religion, ours, and the other ones we've studied so far. It's really important that whether you take Crossing Paths or not, you learn about world religions at some point, because it'll broaden your perspective about the world around you and help you understand the people who you meet along the way, the journey of life and stuff. And you won't generalize them or put them in boxes just because they worship a different God than you do. If you can join Crossing Paths at some point, you probably should. And it's fun and engaging, and it broadens your perspective, as I said earlier.
Thank you, Natalie. So one of the things we do in faith formation is explore what our different values and principles mean to us. And another part of faith formation for all ages is taking time for prayer or meditation or reflection in the middle of our busy day or whenever we need some centering. So this morning, I'd like to invite all of us into a moment of reflection. So I invite you to sit comfortably, feel the ground or the floor beneath your feet, relax your shoulders, lower your gaze or close your eyes, and just let's take a few breaths together. And so I invite us into a time of reflection, knowing that much beauty, love, and joy surrounds us. Let us take a few moments and reflect on the many things that we are grateful for. And knowing that we don't always get it right and we are imperfect people, let us in quietness seek the good within and know we can always do better. And knowing that we live in a world that falls short of the ideal of fairness and justice for all, let us in quietness resolve to do one thing this week to aid those suffering from want and justice. And lastly, knowing that each of us has some sorrow or worry hidden within, let us consider in quietness how we may reach out to one another with our smile, our love, and our encouraging words. And I will light this candle for all of the joys and the sorrows in our hearts this morning, for those of us here in this sacred space, and for those of us at home. May we always know that whatever joy, whatever sorrow we hold, this congregation and this community holds us in love and in care. And for those of you who are missing our ritual of the water and the stones this morning, because we are celebrating faith formation and because it is joyful to be together, we are going to engage in a glitter ritual. So this morning, as we celebrate the gifts of this community, the gifts of music, the gifts of presence, of learning, we accompany each other, we learn from each other, and we worship together. And so we offer a glitter blessing, a shimmering reminder that each of you, that each of us is beautiful and unique. Like each star shimmering in the night sky, your shining light is welcomed in this community with all its rich colors and hues. Like the stars are part of something vast, you are part of a larger community that strives to honor the worth and dignity of all. May this glitter remind you, and we have all different colors, and you will meet our glitter squad shortly. So may this glitter remind you that you are held in love and care by this community as you engage in deepening your faith, grounded in love and our UU values. So our ritual has two parts. We are going to learn a song, and we're going to sing together first, and then our glitter squad is going to come up, and if you would like for one of our glitter squad members to place the glitter on your forehead or your cheek or your arm, just point to it. And if you would like to put your glitter on yourself and anoint yourself, just hold your hand out, and then you'll be able to put on your own glitter. And because there are many of us here today, we're going to line up this way, come forth to one of the 4 glitter squad members, and then go back to our seats along the wall. Okay, so all of those instructions, but now let us first sing together.
So we're going to be singing a song that comes from a group called A Beautiful Chorus, and your part is so simple, so I'm going to teach it to you. So you're going to hear me go. Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Your guidance is wise indeed. Then we have an oh, then all of y'all go. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Twice more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's it. So, we'll move between the verses. I'll do a verse. We'll do that chorus of thank yous. Feel free to harmonize with it if you want to get creative. And we're just going to sing that as we engage with the glitter blessing. All right?
All right, let our ritual begin.
Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Your guidance is wise indeed. Here we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 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 Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Your lessons live on in me. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. 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 Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Your kindness lives on in me. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. 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 Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Your humor lives on in me. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. 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 Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Your guidance is wise indeed. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. 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 Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Your wisdom lives on in me. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Your lessons live on in me. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. 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 Thank you for your blessings. Thank you for your blessings. Your bravery lives on in me. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. 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 Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Your kindness lives on in me. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. 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 Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Your softness lives on in me. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. 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 Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Your lessons live on in me. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. 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 One more time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. That was an endurance test. I'm Erin Shadle. You know me and my husband John, who's over there waving. Hello. You know us as the parents chasing the 3 little boys through Sandberg Hall most Sundays. Those little boys are Gabriel, age 5, and twins Benjamin and Jackson, age 3. Kim invited me to spend about 3 minutes talking about what this congregation means to our family. And when she said 3 minutes, I thought, how am I ever going to fit that into 3 minutes? I can't. I can't possibly put into 3 minutes what it felt like the first time I arrived here as a visitor, feeling broken and battered, going through a period of infertility that was traumatic, only to find love and acceptance and genuine friendship here. There's no way in 3 minutes I can tell you the experience of bringing newborn baby Gabriel to his first service here. This was in the before times, before COVID, when we still stood and held hands to sing Long Time Son, We were sitting at the end of a row, and the woman in front of us turned to hold our hands. She held Gabriel's hand and sang to him. And I will never tell that story without getting emotional. There's no way to fit into just 3 minutes. The experience of finding out that in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, this congregation was opening its doors to childcare in a time when resources were rare and there was no consistency, a time when parents needed valuable time to go take care of all of the important things that needed to be done, or frankly, rest. And the children needed consistency and predictability and familiarity. So thank you. And I cannot ever tell you what it feels like when on Sunday mornings my kids ask, "What are we doing today?" And I say, "It's a church day." And they say, "Yay, I'm excited. I get to see Miss Via and Miss Phoebe and Miss Early," who, if you haven't gone downstairs to meet them, just believe me, they're amazing. In fact, they're so good that I cannot convince them to come up here for a service. That's why they're not all sitting right here in front today, because they are so good at their jobs. I cannot possibly tell you the feeling I get when I hear stories and watch the older kids, older than mine, and the young adults grow into amazing people in these walls, and hear about the OWL program and the Crossing Paths program and all the other amazing things here. It is a foreshadowing of what is to come for my family, and it is beautiful. So thank you, Kim, for giving me an impossible task. What I can't say with words, I hope you will see in our faces and hear in the laughter of my children as they race through Sandberg Hall with me and John following nervously behind them. And so when words fail, there are other ways to communicate gratitude and love and appreciation. My favorites are with music, with laughter, and with dance. And so I want to invite all of you to join us in the Hokey Pokey. You ready?
In body or spirit, the lyrics. This is the UU version of the Hokey Pokey. So you want to go through it once, just the rhythm? Or, okay, all right, we are ready. You put your mind in, you put your mind out, you put your mind in, and you shake it all around. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your helping hands in, you put your helping hands out, you put your helping hands in, and you shake it all around. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around.
Good morning. I am Nancy Perna, and I'm not fond of speaking in front of groups of people. However, when Kim asked if I would say a few words about the kindergarten through second grade OWL program, I didn't hesitate. I didn't hesitate for a moment. I am so proud of the kiddos that I'm working with this year. And I also firmly believe we are never too young or too old to learn about our bodies. For those of you not familiar with OWL, the Our Whole Lives Sexuality Education Program, it is a curriculum for K through adulthood that was developed by the Unitarian Universalist Association with the United Church of Christ. While it was written as a secular document, we incorporate our UU values and principles in every lesson. Each of the 8 lessons start with the review of the covenant that the children created and wrote using their own words. It's always a good reminder to keep our hands to ourselves, not to interrupt. They do well with it. We have had 4 classes to date and started by building on their knowledge about parts of their bodies and the proper terms for each part. Let me tell you, if you want to get a group of kids to instantly become silly, I mean rocking on the ground silly, just use the word buttocks. They thought that was the funniest thing. We next went on to their right to be themselves. I am continually amazed at their understanding and acceptance of our diverse identities. Body boundaries were also discussed in different class. They learned how to keep their bodies healthy and safe. Future classes will include how babies begin, pregnancy and birth, and how much they themselves have grown since they were babies. We will finish up with the celebration. I would like to end with a few words of thanks, but not to worry. I will keep it brief. I'm looking for my notes, because I know this isn't the Oscar or the Emmys. So let me see my little notes here. We're going to keep it very brief. First, I would like to thank the parents and caregivers for allowing us to work with their kids. We all know they are the most important sexuality educators. I consider it a great honor and a privilege to be part of their children's learning experience. I'd like to also thank religious educators, Kim Collins and Jen Johnson, and finally, and most importantly, the kids themselves. I know, believe me, I know, it's not always easy to get up early, get motivated, and get here before any services have even started. You kids are amazing. In closing, I would like to share how we end each session, because these words are not just for children. If you are willing and able, please repeat after me. I am special.
I am special.
I am important.
I am important.
My body belongs to me.
My body belongs to me.
I can ask for help.
I can ask for help.
I love me.
I love me.
Thank you. Oops, almost forgot. If anyone is interested in being trained in the OWL program, please speak to Kim. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Stella Moore, and I am currently a part of Why Are You You? You may also recognize me as the upside down girl in the service about Cersei. That was me. I have currently been a part of this congregation for 14 years. I have gone through all the OWL classes, religious exploration, coming of age, Why Are You You? And now I am on the cusp of bridging into a young adult. I'm going to be honest and say that this journey has not been all smiles and easygoing. Don't get me wrong, I valued the opportunity we offer to learn about different religions, and I loved watching the Simpsons episodes. However, I was an avid OWL skeptic, and I used to beg my parents to let me stay home on Sunday mornings. I can't really explain why, but I remember sometimes feeling left out of the big kids, and I hadn't quite found my reason to come to programming. However, that all stopped when I began my journey of coming of age. I found myself enjoying learning about my own values and how they apply to Unitarian Universalism, as well as my life outside of this community. I was able to make deeper connections with my peers, shout out to Cersei, and with the mentors of the group. It's crazy to think that this was 3 years ago. However, since that year, I've continued to bond with my peers, our endless card games, our life debriefs, karaoke, and a lot more. Although they were all a year ahead of me, I was able to be myself around them and create meaningful connections. That is what I love most and value about this youth community. I think it is so important and beautiful that our youth are able to come to this space that allows them to be their true and authentic selves. UUCA has given me the space to explore my beliefs, identity, values, and so much more without being judged, but rather encouraged. Between our pancake breakfasts and our planning a service, we are encouraged to give our input and share our ideas. As I start my next chapter in life, I plan to keep the values I have learned within this community and apply them to my life. I wouldn't be where I am today without this amazing, supportive community in which I have grown up. Thank you.
So we are going to learn another song together that comes from Shaker traditions that is about community and treating each other well, being kind to one another. And I'm going to teach you your part. Your words are, little children, says Holy Mother, soothe and comfort one another. So I'll go over that. So we have... Little children, says Holy Mother. Let's try that. Little children, says Holy Mother, soothe and comfort one another. Let's try that. Easy peasy. Okay, so listen once. Little children, says Holy Mother, soothe and comfort one another. Let's do that together. Little children, says Holy Mother, soothe and comfort one another. Beautiful. Okay. So, as I said, this comes from the Shaker faith, and the Shakers are known for living communally, for their practice of celibacy, for their nice furniture, and they have this incredibly rich song and dance tradition. I've sung other Shaker songs with you all here before, and in a lot of their songs, as in other songs we've sung here before, they speak of God the Mother and God the Father, and they are the same being. These are just different aspects of this same being who is infinite. Right? So of course they have aspects of the Mother and the Father. So in this song we have the Holy Mother saying, children, be good to each other, right? Reach for each other, form the bonds of closeness with each other. So you all are going to keep singing that first part, and I'm going to layer another part on top, another part of the song. This isn't traditionally layered, but it happens to work very nicely with this song. And I'm going to be singing vocables. So, these are just syllables that don't have a particular meaning. When we go la, 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 right, those are vocables. So I'm going to be singing vocables that in this case, for the Shakers, are about that closeness to the divine that is just coming through, a bit like singing in tongues, basically. So you're going to keep going with your chant, your part. I'll layer on top, and we'll just do that for a little bit, okay? So I'll get you going. Little children, says Holy Mother, soothe and comfort one another. Little children, says Holy Mother, soothe and comfort one another. Let's hear you. Nice. Keep going. Lo, lo, do, 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 lo, lum. Lo, lo, do, 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 lo, lum. Lo, lo, do, 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 lo, lum. Little children, says Holy Mother, soothe and comfort once more. Little children, says Holy Mother, one another. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Karen Vaughn, and I took part in a class called The Haunting Church that was facilitated by Reverend Claudia about exploring some of our past religious experiences. So like many people here, I come to Unitarian Universalism after leaving the faith I grew up in. I was a devout Southern Baptist, but stopped being a believer as a young adult. The pain and confusion of that time still pops up now and again and hangs around when I least expect it, which is why the word haunting caught my eye when I saw the flyer for the Haunting Church class. I thought it might be time to unpack some of that instead of just trying not to think about it. The very best part of the class was just getting to meet and know this lovely group of people. And it was a small enough group that we all had the chance to connect with each other. And now there are that many more people that I know when I come into a coffee hour. We had a variety of backgrounds and experiences, but there were common threads that ran through all of our stories. I also had some meaningful realizations. As a Baptist kid, it felt shameful to talk about my doubt. But as an adult, it's been hard to talk openly about my background in the church. After leaving home and the South as a young adult, many of my new close friends hadn't grown up in church at all and could not fathom how anyone could ever believe that stuff. And so in that world, I internalized the message that belief was shameful. So I felt an unexpected delight in the Haunting Church class to find myself in a place where a person could freely admit to being a former Bible thumper and be able to talk about that experience with respect and curiosity. We were able to share the pain and lasting damage from some church experiences, but also the parts that were beautiful and that we get to keep if we choose to. We had a closing ritual themed around letting go, and that brought me a lot of comfort that I hadn't even known that I needed. The whole experience also gave me a renewed appreciation of my church home here, where we get to come and be supported as our entire complicated selves.
Hi, I'm Jen Johnson, fortunate to be serving you as one of the religious educators at this congregation, and with many truly fabulous collaborators who are volunteers serving in the programs as well. Most weeks during worship, many of you know our children and youth are sung out of the sanctuary with love to join their age groups and explore Unitarian Universalism together. You've probably seen and heard the masses of younger souls jump, skip, or saunter out for their interactive and meaningful time of connection, inspiration, learning, and growing. Who exits with them? The trusted, compassionate, giving adults who offer their time and attentive presence to our more than 100 kiddos and youth we have here. We see and hear laughter, heartfelt sharing, artistic expression, movement, music, and games in those meetups. We witness deepening connections among the young peers and across generations. We are inspired by the ideas and the initiatives of these collaborators who bring their own flavor and dedicated spirits to those groups. We also, like you heard from Karen, have adult groups meeting at other times of the week in small theme groups, classes, or spiritual rituals. These groups, too, are most often led by folks in this room, or perhaps participating online, your fellow UU Ashevillans, you or maybe someone sitting right nearby you today, if you're with us in person. We can offer this robust and thriving faith formation for our young UUs all the way through our elders because of our wonderful collaborators. These awesome adults are growing strong, compassionate, justice-minded, and action-oriented UUs of all ages. So we'd like to take a little time to recognize these folks who join us in this meaningful and impactful work. So, welcome to the inaugural UU Asheville Faith Formation Oscars. The nominees for Fantastic Leaders of our young UUs are everyone. No, I'm just kidding. We can't possibly pick out the most outstanding adults in the field of faith formation. They all are marvelous, and I do truly mean that. We're grateful for that work, aren't we all? Yes, 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 loudly. As a symbol of our enormous gratitude, we would like to share a flower with our collaborators. So kiddos and parents or anyone who appreciates those who serve in faith formation here, please help us with that. If you would come forward and grab a flower, and I'm going to ask those collaborators in faith formation to stand so that we know who you are and can recognize and honor you. So, yes, come forward, get flowers. And if we have children and youth leaders of faith formation groups, the faith formation for adult groups, Soul Matters theme group facilitators, Youth Con advisors and chaperones, as well as our youth trip, the leaders of our spiritual groups like CUPS, the Buddhist Sangha, and the legacy groups. Please stand. Okay, and yes, take your flowers, deliver them. Oh, I see some getting out into the hands. And thank you to Kay Aylormeda. She is one of the behind-the-scenes folks who help us with our program too. She procured these flowers, these beautiful flowers for us today. The Youth Con coordinator, Anna Martin, who does a ton of work behind the scenes. I said I wasn't going to name names, but I am naming a couple. So rather than just one or a few Oscar winners and winning recipients at the end of the night, we are all winners because of these people helping with our program. So thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. This is transformative work for participants, families, and the leaders. You've heard that today from some of them. So we invite all of you to join us and collaborate with us. You can be a part of the awesomeness that is faith formation at UU Asheville. You'll have a great team to work with, staff and your fellow team of your age group or small group. Or you can do some behind the scenes tidying or organizing if that's your kind of thing. So we need lots of you. So thank you all again for your service to our congregation.
Okay, guys, we're almost done, I promise. So now is the time when we would normally invite visitors to stand up and introduce themselves, but since we are running short on time, if visitors want to just stand up so we can recognize you, so we know who to go say hi to at coffee hour. So if we have any visitors that want to stand up, all right. All right. Welcome, welcome. There's not normally this much glitter. Our announcements run as slides at the beginning of the service. If you miss them, you can refer to the Thursday's weekly e-news. Please read it. As everything, it's a lot, is described there. If you don't receive the e-news, you can ask an usher to show you how to sign up, or you can email us at information@uuasheville.org. Is it still the same community? Yeah, our community plate recipient this month is the Carolina Abortion Fund. You can donate by check, but be sure to write community plate in the memo line. All cash donations will be split 50-50 with our community plate partner, and you can also donate online. The work and ministries of this congregation are entirely supported by the generosity of our members and friends. We celebrate your generosity each Sunday with music and thanks. You make us possible, and we give thanks for you. Now the offering will be gratefully collected. Gifts of your presence, time, wisdom, and resources, we are grateful.
So we are going to learn one more song together that comes from African American church song traditions called May the Work That I Do Speak for Me. So I'm going to teach this line by line to you. So our first part is, may the work that I do speak for me. Let's try that. May the work that I do speak for me. Then we have, may the work that I do speak for me. Let's do that. May the work that I do speak for me. Then we have, when I've left and gone away, and there's nothing more to say. When I've left and gone away, and there's nothing more to say. So last line is same as the first. May the work that I do speak for me. Yeah, so this is one of those songs it's a zipper song, right? So that means we can change some of the words out, put our own words in, our own meaning. So I've got a few more verses that we'll sing that are up there on the screen for you too. But I really encourage you to carry this song with you and find ways that you want to name your own gifts that you are bringing to the community in this song. And it's really beautiful to collectively build this song together about what we're feeding each other with, right? What we're bringing. So let's do that first verse together. Here we go. May the work that I do speak for me. May the work that I do speak for me. When I've left and gone away, and there's nothing more to say, may the work that I do speak for me. May the love that I give, harmonies are welcome. May the love that I give speak for me. Beautiful. May the love that I give speak for me. When I've left and gone away, and there's nothing more to say, may the love that I give speak for me. May the food that I share, may the food that I share speak for me. May the food that I share speak for me. When I've left and gone away, and there's nothing more to say, may the food that I share speak for me. I'm going to invite us to rise, those who are willing and able, for the last verse. May the patience I bring, we need that right now, huh? May the patience I bring speak for me. May the patience I bring speak for me. When I've left and gone away, and there's nothing more to say, may the patience I bring speak for me. Thank you all.
Seated. Thank you, Saro, and thank you for your patience today. We went a little long, but as you can imagine, the work that you do speaks for you. And that is why we had so much to share and so much to say. And when we're gone and we're not here, this work that we do now is the legacy that we live, the legacy of our faith and values living through the lives of the children who are not only our future, but our presence. And that's why we have Faith Formation Celebration Sunday, and I would be lying if I said it's long every year. Because, I mean, I wouldn't be lying if I said, but it is long every year because there's so much to share. So now let us rise in body and spirit and bless each other as we leave this sacred place with longtime son. Look at each other, bless each other, beloveds. Thank you for your presence and your ministry. vayan en paz. And thank you to all our children. You were awesome today. Thank you.